Hello again. My name is Dick Inslee. I'm a Tennessee artist. We're going to do another little free video for you here. What we're going to do is a little seascape today, but we're going to do it in two parts. You're going to have to come back again and watch the second part of it. Today we're going to do it. We're going to set up the value scale of it. Just the values we're going to do. And we're going to do this picture right over here. This is a little picture from Laguna Beach. You've got some nice rocks over here. You've got the waves come up and they hit those rocks and they send up these beautiful colors, and so you got this beautiful background of color in the background. But right now we're going to do just what we call a value sketch of it. Now watch where the light's coming from. See that light's coming from this edge here, right here, from the right hand side, okay? And it's hitting all these rocks, it's hitting the tops of these waves, and it comes through these waves. We're also going to teach you how to do motion in a picture. Waves, for instance, when they come up and turn like this, there's a beautiful logarithmic curve that they come up into. You have to follow that curve. It comes up, and they come down and goes. And that's how you get the motion. When you see that motion, you see the colors and the things and the light coming through it. That's a wave. It's a beautiful wave. So what we're going to do, we're going to start sketching it out very lightly. We're going to let's use a cobalt blue. I like to use that, especially for landscape, because the blue is pretty much indicative of everything in there. It's got the greens, the blues. If you go outside and you're doing trees, the blues, the greens are all, that's what you see in the summer, basically, okay? Now here again, right now I'm using a number 2 flat, and it's got a nice long chisel edge on it. You see that? And these brushes, as you use them, they get better. Okay, let's do a little design here. Now this is basically landscape. We're not going to do a vertical picture of this, we're going to do a landscape. And here again, keep in mind where your light's coming from this edge right here, okay? Now where's your horizon here? Your horizon here is way back here, okay? There's your horizon. Now, that wave that comes up here, you don't want to put that wave right in the center of your picture. You want to put it off to the left or to the right. Here, we're going to put it off to the left. Your center right here, this is called a geometric center. You break this up right here, okay? That's not where you're going to put the wave. The wave should go off over here some way. Now watch for shapes, a lot of different shapes in this. Okay, start drawing, start designing it. We're going to design it, we're going to put the value scales in it. Here's that beautiful wave that comes up here. What is that wave in? It's basically, if you look at it, it's almost in a triangular shape like this, okay? And here you can almost say there's a rectangle, and here's a triangle right in here. So you can break it down into shapes, okay? There's your triangle. Here's another square over here, okay? Square. And there's another rectangle. Now watch what we call planes. Hold your brush up here like this. Hold your brush up against your picture. Bring it back here. See how nice that angle is right there? And take your time with these. Have a lot of fun. You can follow right along with these videos. Look how the wave goes down here like this. That wave is in a great big triangular shape, see it? Big triangle. If you break it up in just shapes at first, we only have 5 shapes we can work with. We got circles, squares, rectangles, ovals, and triangles. And that's all we've got to work with. It's like 10 numbers. We'll have 10 numbers to work with. Here's your perspective, goes out that way, okay? And you don't have to do it. Look how this shore goes. It's kind of a triangular shape here, okay? The shore comes in here like that. That's sand, and the waters come in and spread out. You've been at the beach. You've seen it, okay? Now, when you're out doing a landscape, you don't have a lot of time to sketch and all. You have to be fairly fast. That's enough sketching right now. Let's go put values in now. Look for the big shapes, not the little guys. Look for the biggest shapes first. That's the big dark shape in there. But that can be broke up from a dark to middle to a light. Let's do that. We just scumble. This is called scumbling. You hold your brush, you hold it like this, right by the shank, and hold it at an angle. Don't go scumbling like this. You're going to ruin your brush. Put it at an angle to the canvas. Let's just use a little stiffer brush here. You want something fairly stiff. Here's another brush that's worn down a little bit. See, that's basically the same brush. You can see the two. That one's worn down to more of a point. I do a lot of scumbling. I go through brushes, but you get good brushes and they'll last you. These here are the Pro Series. They're beautiful brushes. I've used them. I scum a lot. They wear. Okay. Now, look at the darks over here, the dark in the back here. Hit your darks first. Here we are, still using one color. That's that ocean background there. It's very dark. Let's add a little bit of purple to that, just to make it a little darker. Okay. There you go. Very dark, it's off in the distance there. Let's go a little darker right here. Keep your brush clean. Okay. We're just using one color right now. Now the values here, be careful you don't get into these lights in here in your waves, because you're going to put some color into those. If you get into your lights too quick, it's going to kill your picture. But right down here, now this is nice dark right in here. And look for the big masses, not the little guys. If you messed up, you can just go back, put a little bit of white back into it. Now, it's not rocket science here. When you're painting, just enjoy it. Learn how to mix your colors, learn how to design, learn how to work values. We're working values right now. We're working a value sketch is what we're making. This doesn't take very long. You can set these up. Sometimes I'll spend hours on just a value sketch, but you spend on how much time you want to spend on it. It's up to you. Now right here I got into my lights a little bit. So just take a big brush, take some of that nice white paint, okay? Zinc white works very well, by the way. Zinc tints your colors a lot better. But I use a zinc, I use a titanium mixed white. You just have to play with the different whites to find out what they do. Get more white back in here. Okay, now these whites, see this beautiful white here? I got into those a little bit. Let's put that back in. A little white. See how much whiter the white is than the canvas? Now look at this wave at the top there as it's turning in this direction, okay? It's kind of a middle value right up through here, right up here. Let's get that. That's what's going to make this turn. It's all values, all values. Okay, it's a little dark. Let's go a little darker down there now. Right through here, it gets a little darker. You can learn a lot about color mixing, a lot about values by making these value sketches. Now let's go back here in the background. Backgrounds aren't as hard, okay? Let's take a little cerulean, let's put it in there. Let's mix a little white with that. Get a little bit of a quick background in here. Okay? It's not all white, but there's a lot of white that goes into it. Get a little dark over here. The dark's right over against there. Okay? Clean your brush. You start into the color, you really have to clean your brush a little bit more. Okay. Put a few little clouds in here. Okay. A little whiter. Usually your canvas isn't as white as you can go. Okay. It's just a little bit now. Back here, I missed a little bit of that color going right in there. It's kind of a middle value. Put it in, tone it in. It goes right up through here. And it gets much darker. Let's go a little darker right in this. Right into this area, right in here. And do a lot of squinting. When you squint, the values come down. You can see the values a whole lot better. Okay. Sketch it here. It's that rock period right here. And that rock, if you can see it real close, that rock comes right out of here into the open. There you go. Okay. Okay, that's as far as we're going to go on that one. Watch for the next one. We're going to tone it in color next time. We're gradually showing you how to do a painting in stages. Again, my name is Dick Ensing. Thanks for dropping in. You can look me up at my website, dickensинgartist.com, or write me, dickensing@bellsouth.net. Thanks again.